Sabbath's blessings to you. Memeledagbe, Yayira Nami. This is Joshua from Chosen Vessels, the Preacher's Channel. Today is 12/7/19, and what follows is the breakdown of the name Obed by Drew Short. The name Obed is a very interesting combination of words, but what does this strange name mean? We will explore what the name means based on the ancient Epic, the ancient Hebrew revived complete chart. Who is Obed? An insertion from the genealogy of Jesus as indicated in Luke 3:31 and 32, King James Version, which Jesus was the son of Maliah, which was the son of Menon, which was the son of Mattatha, which was the son of Nathan, which was the son of David, which was the son of Jesse, which was the son of Obed, which was the son of Boaz, which was the son of Solomon, which was the son of Naasson. Obed is King David's or David's grandfather. This is the breakdown of the name Obed by Drew Short, telling the story. The O in Obed means an enclosure, to enclose or close. It is in number 44 of the ancient Hebrew revived complete chart. Upon returning home to Bethlehem, Judah, Naomi, in her pain, told the women who met her to call her Mara, because the Almighty has dealt bitterly with her. Yahweh Mawu had testified against her, and that the Almighty Mawu had afflicted her. Naomi said that she left full, and Yahweh has brought her home again empty. Ruth 1:19 through 23. Naomi was heartbroken and cast down. The birth of the baby closed the opening in Naomi's soul and revived her spirit. Naomi took the child, laid him on her bosom, and she became a nurse to him. Ruth 4:16 and 17. So that was the O in Obed, and the next letter in Obed is letter B, which Mr. Drew details as follows. The B in Obed means house, family, security. It is in number 5 of the ancient Hebrew revived the complete chart. Naomi's family was destroyed because of the death of her husband and 2 sons. Naomi told her 2 daughters-in-law that they should return to their mother's houses and get new husbands. One daughter-in-law named Orpah left and went back home, but the other one, Ruth, stayed by her mother-in-law's side. Ruth 1:4 through 14. Naomi sought marital security for Ruth and devised a yibum and plan to make it happen. Ruth 3:1 through 18, as well as Deuteronomy 25:5 through 10. A yibum is a levirate marriage. In other words, it is marrying the deceased husband's brother. And reference wikipedia.org/wiki/levirate marriage. So this is the B in Obed. And what comes next is the in Obed. The in Obed means fixed, absolute, approved, favor, and grace. It is in number 43 of the ancient Hebrew Revived Complete Chart. Naomi tried to turn Ruth around and send Ruth back to her homeland. Ruth wasn't having it. She clung to Naomi and would not let go. Ruth's resolve was unshakable. Ruth chapter 1 verses 14 through 18. Ruth is a spiritual echo of Abraham. She, like Abraham, leaves everything behind, goes to a foreign nation to cleave to Yahweh and take care of her mother-in-law. Ni Awo Ruth, a commentary on the book of Ruth, page 83, by Rabbi Akwete Amma. Peter said in Acts 10:34 and 35, "In truth, I perceive that Yah shows no partiality, but in every nation, whoever fears him and works righteousness is accepted by him." Ruth was accepted and approved of Yahweh. When Boaz, the future husband redeemer, met Ruth, he favored and approved of her working in the field with his workers. Boaz instructed his men not to touch Ruth or harass her while she gleaned after the reapers. Boaz said to her that it is fully reported to me all that you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you have left your father and your mother and the land of your birth, and have come to a people whom you did not know before. Boaz pronounced a blessing on Ruth and said, Yahweh repay your work, and a full reward be given to you by Yahweh, the Ma'u of Israel, under whose wings you have come for refuge. Boaz told his workers to drop more grain from the bundles for Ruth to gather. Ruth 2 5 through 23. When Boaz went before the elders and witnesses at the city gates, they conferred a blessing on Boaz's Yebum marriage to Ruth and said, "We are witnesses. Yahweh Ma'u make the woman who is coming to your house like Rachel and Leah, the two who built the house of Israel. And may you prosper in Ephratah and be famous in Bethlehem. May your house be like the house of Pereh, who Tamar bore to Judah, because of the offspring which Yahweh Ma'u will give you from this young woman." Ruth 4 1 through 12. From letter A in Obed, Mr. Drew goes on to the last letter in Obed, which is letter D. It is the letter D with a hook, the D. This is the D in Obed. It means redeem, marry, choose, restorer of life, nourisher of old age. It is in number 40 of the ancient Hebrew Revived, the complete chart. The void that was in Naomi's family when her husband and two sons died were closed by the marriage of Ruth to Boaz and the birth of Obed. As previously stated, Naomi said to the ladies of the town to call her Mara, in conjunction to the ancient the ancient Hebrew revived chart. In Mara, we have the Ma, which is in number 10 of the ancient Hebrew revived complete chart. It means set apart. And the Ra is in number 28. It means blessings and promotion. And the A in number 43, it means approved. Naomi thought that Yahweh Mawu had separated her from her approved blessings. The Bible says, hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. Proverbs 13:12. The word for hope from a previous lesson is the ma, meaning a path, a pathway, or a road. Naomi could not see the way. Her path was dark, and in Naomi's mind, hope with her husband, children, and possible children were gone. She went down into despair. According to the teachings of Rabbi Akwete Ama at www.kingdomofkings.org, usually when a biblical person in the Tanakh, the Old Testament, would go down to a place such as Egypt, Padan Aram, or Shechem, the biblical character would go into testing and trials. After passing the tests, that person would start to go up and be on top. Naomi and her family went down from Judah into the country of Moab for testing. When she came back up, Naomi was distraught and dismayed. She thought that Yahweh had abandoned her. Yahweh Mawu did not abandon her. Instead, Yahweh remembered and had compassion on Naomi and Ruth. Yahweh used the same word or the same letters in Mara according to the ancient Hebrew to change Naomi's condition. The root consonants in Mara are the Ma, the Ra, and the A. The Ma means set apart, the Ra means blessings and promotion, and the A means approved. Mawu set her apart and gave her a blessing. It is recorded. Then the women said to Naomi, Blessed be Yahweh, who has not left you without a close relative, and may his name be famous in Israel, and may he be to you a restorer of life and a nourisher of your old age. For your daughter in law, who loves you, who is better to you than 7 sons, has borne him. Also, the neighbor women gave him a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. Ruth 4:13 through 17. Ultimately, in Obed, the O, it means enclose, and the B means family, house, and D means redemption, to redeem, and marriage. So enclose the family through marriage, redemption, and restoration is the meaning of Obed. All praise to Yahweh. Thank you again, Mr. Drew, for this expose on the name Obed and Mara. So we hope it has blessed you equally. And please stay tuned and see you in our next presentation.